And hello everybody, welcome back to RFC News. I hope you are all well. Well, it's Saturday and the managerial hunt still continues. Now yesterday, all sights really did point towards Steven Gerrard becoming the next Rangers manager. And I think if you're looking at the fan base and what the fan base collectively want at this moment in time, it does seem as though everyone is heavily in favour of Stevie G returning back to Ibrox. And again, look, if I'm still sitting here thinking that would be the case. Now, looking at the Liverpool Legends team against Chelsea Legends team today, Steven Gerrard isn't in the squad. So that could be a very, very good indicator that things are progressing well. And of course, the updates that we've had from sort of Sky Sports trusted sources like Fabrizio Romano stating that the move is closer than ever. However, I have seen something to maybe raise some concern, and certainly some Rangers fans are a little concerned on social media with regard to it, and that is about potential other candidates. And in fact, one name in particular. And in fact, let's go over to X and see ourselves with regard to sort of Sky Sports' latest update over the last hour with regard to the manager hunt. Let's go over to X quickly. So, as you can see, Sky Sports News reporting Rangers are holding further talks with various candidates this weekend as they search for Russell Martin's replacement. Discussions with Steven Gerrard have progressed well over the past 2 days, while Danny Rowe has also impressed and remains in the race for the job. So the way that the mainstream media, the way that sources that are in the know are claiming that it's not a foregone conclusion as of yet with regard to Steven Gerrard being the Rangers manager. And as you can see, Danny Rowe is in contention. Now, for those of you that don't know, Danny Rowe is a young manager, managed Sheffield Wednesday. Some would say that he did a good job at Sheffield Wednesday for considering the cards that he was dealt at the football club. However, I don't personally think we should be going down that route. It almost kind of screams of a Russell Martin a little bit. I mean, that's a lazy comparison. I don't necessarily think they are the same as such, but I don't think we should be looking to take that risk in this managerial appointment. But the fact that Rangers are still holding further talks with various candidates this weekend, suggests it isn't a foregone conclusion as of yet. And as I said, Danny Rowe, as you can see there, is very much within the race for the job, which is slightly concerning. I mean, Rangers fans have not really taken to the news too well. If you go onto social media, not a lot of Rangers fans are wanting Danny Rowe to join. Guys, if you are just tuning in, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're going to keep you up to date with everything that happens in this managerial hunt. Get involved in the live chat as well. I'm interested to know your thoughts. And if is any of you wanting Danny Rowe to come and join the football club, I'm interested to find out. But as you can see, a lot of Rangers fans straight off the bat saying, let's be clear right off the back, Danny Rowe already kind of getting that reception as Russell Martin had prior to him being appointed. You can see here replying to Sky Sports, a lot of Rangers fans are not happy. I'm a 31-year-old man. I'm not ashamed to admit I'll greet if we appoint Danny Rowe as manager after this hype of bringing back Gerrard. 518 likes on that post. This is all in sort of reaction of this. If Danny Rowe is the new manager, then it's an absolute disgrace. How does 89 games at Sheffield Wednesday get you to a Rangers job? He's got as many losses as he has won, a complete farce. That's what I'm saying. We just don't want to be going down that route. But yeah, you're seeing it all coming up here. Obviously, assistant coach at Bayern Munich. This guy here, Alex Crook, who's a journalist, seeing a lot of negativity regarding Danny Rowe, former Germany number 2 ex-Bayern assistant, heavily leaned upon by Hasenhüttl during a successful period at Southampton and worked miracles at a crisis club. Sheffield Wednesday would be a good hire for somebody. So obviously Alex Crook coming here to defend it. If Kavanagh and co think the Rangers fans would accept another Russell Martin-esque appointment in Danny Rowe, then they are fucking delusional. There will be full-scale riots if that's the case. I can't see it happening, but these bookies odds are worrying. So talking about bookies odds, this is one from 18 hours ago. Now, again, I can't vouch for odds checker as such, but as you can see, Danny Rowe with really good odds there. Steven Gerrard there with very, very good odds as well. But certainly in the public domain a little bit, and certainly in the race for the job by the looks of things, if you're taking things from all of these sources. But I'm interested to know what people are thinking. I think sometimes the reactionary base there. This is better not you trying to soften the blow of it being Danny Rowe. Also, a lot of Rangers fans, including myself, are that invested in getting Gerrard that any other name we're not interested in. We could get Pep and still would be annoyed if we didn't get Gerrard. I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, I get what the guy means. If the club appoint Danny Rowe, then I'm not interested anymore. Honestly, I'm done until he's gone. Another Russell Martin, another suicidal appointment. Now, I do think it's a bit of a lazy comparison between Russell Martin and Danny Rowe, in all honesty. I don't think you can necessarily compare the two, but I do agree with a lot of Rangers fans that I think, the next route we want to go down is with Steven Gerrard. Because you've got to look at it from a point of view of, well, actually, with Russell Martin, straight off the bat, he came into the football club and was kind of already hounded out. He had no support from the Rangers fan base, and we're looking for a move now where ultimately everyone's going to be galvanised by the appointment of Steven Gerrard. Everyone's kind of going to be on side. But you just take a risk with a Danny Rowe appointment, it would see it kind of maybe have that sort of same negativity, especially with the hyping of Steven Gerrard coming back. It would have that same negativity with regard to it. I mean, I would feel sorry for the guy, to be perfectly honest with you, because, due to Russell Martin's mess, this guy's just going to be scapegoated into the same way. Now, he might not necessarily, and to be honest, this is one of those appointments where you see these guys kind of come out of nowhere, whether it may be Areola, whether it may be other sort of names that are coming from good sort of pedigree. They end up going on to be really, really good managers. And considering his pedigree, he may go on to do that. But I think if the job would be wrong for Rangers, which would be unfortunate for him. But as someone staying here, this would be a risky appointment. However, the 36-year-old does have experience in England, experience with keeping teams up, and experience of working with tight budgets. During his time Sheffield Wednesday, Role established himself as one of the best managers in the divisions. But you can see already here that Rangers can just fuck off with Danny Rowe. And now the dreadful appointment, which would be Russell Martin and Mark II. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it here. See? Danny Rowe impresses Rangers chiefs as Steven Gerrard alternative firmly in next manager race. So, it could be a possibility. It could be a possibility. That's the thing. Rangers fans aren't happy. Fuck Daniel. Poor guy, man. He's probably not done anything else over it. Danny Rowe has Russell Martin written all over it. This is on Betfair as well. Shit. Rangers are holding further talks with various managerial candidates this weekend. It's understood Steven Gerrard is open to the idea of a return. As the hierarchy laid out their plans for the club, Danny Rowe has also impressed them. So you're seeing it in real time here. But what's this betting odds all about? I mean, Danny Rowe was third favourite. Why is he already there 1 to 100 now on fucking Betfair? I hope that's a glitch. Shit. It's going to be Danny Rowe, isn't it? Let's have a little look about Danny Rowe quick. Danny Rowe is a German football coach and former player. He was most recently the manager of Sheffield Wednesday. Now, he's a German coach, 36 years old. Mate, Wikipedia are begging bastards, aren't they? Needy as fuck, constantly. In October 2023, he was appointed as manager of English club Sheffield Wednesday, becoming the youngest manager in English Football League. He said he was looking forward to the challenge of his first managerial position, while player Josh Winder said he was excited to learn from Rowe. Rowe's first game was a 1-0 defeat away from Watford. His assistant coach, Chris Powell, urged the club fans to be patient with Rowe. His first win was a 2-0 victory. So what did he do? Following 11 points in 6 games in April, he took Sheffield Wednesday out of the relegation zone and was nominated for Manager of the Month Month award. Real secured championship survival for Wednesday on the final day of the season, a 2-0 victory over Sunderland. Following the conclusion of his debut campaign, Real signed a new contract with Sheffield Wednesday until 2027. Well, we're in 2025 now, so it couldn't have ended well. The following season, he was nominated for Championship Player Manager of the Month award, December 2024. Winning 11 points from 7 games, with Wednesday coming in from behind to win at Derby County and Oxford United, and from 3-0 to draw at Middlesbrough in the first full season at the club. Wednesday finished 12th on 58 points. I mean, that's not bad from a championship, considering where they were, let's be honest with you. Youngest manager in the English Football League, following 4 wins, so they were in the relegation zone, and by the next year they finished 12th, which is not bad for Sheffield Wednesday. This is how it ended. Roll's future at the club came into question during the off-season due to the club's ownership and financial issues, and was absent when the players returned in June for the start of pre-season. He returned to training on 14th of July 2025 and missed the first 2 weeks pre-season. However, on the 29th of July, it was announced that Roll had left the club by mutual agreement. So it looks like it was his choice to leave the football club, and if you're looking at the win ratio, obviously, the perspective counts, 38.2%, but that's from a club that were, relegation fodder, and then found themselves, there. So it's not the end of the world, I suppose, in terms of that. But again, I don't think the Rangers fans are going to be taking Danny Rowell in person. But in all honesty, I don't think they're all hyped up for Stevie. So I can see it won't be a great idea. But that's, having said that, I love Rangers fans, I really do. But I think it's lazy comparing Russell Martin and Danny Rowell, I don't think you can just go about that and do this, I mean, what are the comparisons? I suppose, is there any comparisons with Danny Rowell? But yeah. Kavanagh is reportedly liking Danny Rowell because of Gerrard's demands and arrogance. He simply doesn't like Gerrard, says no. That's a Celtic fan. Andy Jackson says, if it's Danny Rowell, I'm not sure I'll be able to breathe. This is from their own fans, by the way. Sexual thoughts about us getting Danny Rowell and playing 4-2-3-1. He could generally take us up. What fan of he is? Of Ipswich. Norwich. Hey Rangers fans, listen to the fans. Most of us want Steven Gerrard. Please don't hire Danny Rowell. He does not have Scottish football knowledge. He will fold under the pressure managing Rangers, and he will let Thelwell run riot with transfers. Give Gerrard the job. And I'm in agreement, by the way, but yeah, I think Gerrard should be the man for the job. Let's have a look at this. Danny Rowell, top 3 formations, 4-2-3-1, 3-4-2-1 and 4-3-3. Average of 1.36 ppm at Wednesday. 34 wins, 19 draws and 36 losses. Average 48.1% average possession. 1.3 goals per game. 9 clean sheets, 3.4 possessions won in the final third. That's the problem here. That's the problem. This guy here is saying, if you want to lose the fan base, then Danny Rowell is your man. That's the problem. He ain't gonna get given the welcome that Stevie would. That's the problem. This is where you can go down with this problem and create a problem for yourself as a board. It's Danny Rowell. Defoe's just bought a dog. No chance to be part of the match. Hey, X is going into meltdown about it. Let's go over to announce Gerrard. Shit. Yeah, I can see a huge meltdown incoming if it's Danny Rowell. I obviously want Stevie, and I think it would be better for Stevie to come, but I would feel a bit sorry for Danny Rowell if he got the job, because people would just be raging for no reason. Well, for a reason, obviously, we've decided not to go for Stevie, but yeah. Let's go over to Grok here a second. 2 seconds. This is what Grok would say about something. Continue. Compare Danny Rowe and Russell Martin as managers. Are they similar? Danny Rowe and Russell Martin are both young, ambitious managers in their mid to late 30s who have made names for themselves in English football for progressive attacking styles. Okay, so they have sort of progressive and attacking styles. So that would be a German coach with a background, high profile assistant roles, while Martin is a Scottish international who transitioned from a solid playing career to management. Both emphasise possession in pressing, so yeah, kind of similar. But Rowe's approach is more pragmatic and adaptable. So people making that assumption is that's the thing that Russell Martin, that was the problem with Russell Martin as well. As you can see, Rowe's approach is more pragmatic and adaptable, whereas Martin is rigidly possession dominant, which was never the case anyway. He would never change his philosophy, but could also be adaptable, which is important to be a Rangers manager. You can't just have one philosophy. You have to be adaptable and pragmatic at times. The career path show parallels in turning around struggling teams, but Martin's experience is broader, and recent events, Martin sacking from Rangers in October, highlights contrast in handling pressure. Below is a side-by-side comparison across key aspects. We already kind of know their background. Tactical style. Here we go. So as you can see with Danny Rowe, fluid and adaptable, high-pressing, expansive attacking football influenced by Red Bull, Bayern, switches formations, often 3-5-2, 4-2-3-1 and back 5-4 based on opponent. So that is something there quickly already, that Danny Rowe is somebody that would be adaptable. So making that comparison about Russell Martin that they're the same is unfair to Danny Rowe. And I'm not standing up for Danny Rowe, ladies and gentlemen, but you know, I want Stevie as well, but I'm just saying, I think people are just nuking and setting one guy as a Russell Martin, which I think is unfair. Focus is work rate, tactical discipline, quick transitions, second ball reactions, demands intensity in training, direct communication. Whereas this tit was possession obsessed fundamentalist, inspired by Guardiola's aim for control via ball dominance, e.g. more ball equals less fight from opponents, prefers 3-4-2-1, 3-5-2, 4-3-3 or 4-1-2-1-2, emphasis short passing, high risk build-up, pressing, inflexible. That's the key thing here with Russell Martin. Inflexible, refuses to deviate even in losses, e.g. stuck to his style in Rangers Champions League flogging. So, yeah, I'm not, guys, stop coming at me. I'm not saying I want Danny Rowe, but I'm just trying to say that you can't just say that the fucking same people. I think it's a bit unfair. So weaknesses with Danny Rowe. Limited experience. First head roll, occasional tactical errors. Formation switch led to 6-0 loss versus Ipswich. Recent uncertainty left Wednesday amid off-field drama. Public Bundesliga flirtation. So he's obviously a high prospected, or a lot of German teams like him. He's obviously well thought of in the sort of German space. Inflexible. Yeah, this is this fucking tit's weaknesses. I mean, we've seen it all in real time. Inflexibility, dogmatic style, fails under pressure, low chance of creation, Southampton, Rangers culture clash, poor big club adaptation, sacked twice in high-stake roles, relies on specific players, profiles, costly without a budget. But yeah. Are they similar? That's the question that we want. Yes, but with notable caveats. They share a modern, proactive blueprint that prioritizes possession, pressing, and attacking intent over defensive pragmatism. Both are project managers who thrive on implementing a clear identity, drawing from elite influences. So Raul likes Ragnick and Flick, Hansi Flick's a good manager, whereas Martin's more Guardiola and Farke. They've succeeded in mid-tier EFL rescues, role at Wednesday Martin at Southampton. Fostering fan passion for entertaining football overlaps do include philosophical core, high possession, youthful ambition, turnaround artists. However, their difference make them more similar in vision, divergent in execution, adaptability versus dogma. Role flexes tactics to opponents, which again, that's something you need to have at Glasgow Rangers. That's something that Steven Gerrard would have. Martin's under-yielding possession can falter against intense pressure. Experience and pressure handling. So they're basically saying Martin's a shitbag. Contextual fit, roles, German efficiency suits adaptable environments, e.g. EFL chaos. Martin's idealism fits patient projects but clashes in win-now cultures like Ibrox. How did that guy get through the door, man? Mental. Should we make a little comparison on Roll and Stevie? Compare Danny Roll and Steven Gerrard. Gerrard, style of play, and philosophy. So that's the comparisons here between sort of their style of play. We've already covered Danny Roll quite a bit, but prefers 4-3-3 and Gerrard's more structured and intense. I do like that though. I would say that from a Danny Roll perspective, and I'm not saying we'll get Danny Roll into the job, guys, but I do like tactical flexibility with intensity. I like it. But that's big. That's big. Should we see who would fit Rangers more as the next manager? Kevin Muscat's been out of the picture entirely by the looks of things as well. There you go. That's from Grok. I mean, we don't always listen to AI, but who fits Rangers the best? Steven Gerrard edges it as the strongest fit. His prior success makes him a no-brainer for instant impact, ticking boxes for leadership, fan passion, and tactical structure, which I think we're all sort of unanimous on, to be fair. Well, let's wait and see. Let's bloody wait and see. Slightly worrying. Let's get into the live chat, see what you guys are saying with regard to this managerial hunt. Yeah, do let me know how you're feeling with the update. I'm seeing in the live chat that some people... We've got to see what's happening. Danny Roll is just another Russell Martin and would be a massive mistake. John Hanna says, beginning to look like there are some issues as deal not done. Facts. Facts. Shit. Andrew Johnson says, grim times. Why grim times, buddy? Andrew Johnson says, I curse every muppet that supported the Yanks turning Rangers into a mid-table team. Well, I mean, it's not, guys. It's not confirmed. Talks have continued with regard to Steven Gerrard. It's not over whatsoever. They're just assessing their options. Stephen Tennant says this will be another disaster if he gets the job. You're right, to be honest with you. You're right in the way of that it will be another disaster because the fans aren't going to accept it. But I was trying to sort of look at, try not compare Russell Martin and Danny Röhl as the exact same people. As you can see with Russell Martin, that was one at the start where I was like, that guy was a bad... I mean, everyone's seen it from the start that he would be a bad appointment because he's a fucking lunatic and doesn't adapt to his style. His stuff takes ages to implement. Everyone could see that was a nightmare, but I think from a Danny Röhl perspective, we can't compare just Danny Röhl and fucking Russell Martin as the same people. But yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping Stevie G. And that's a shout as well there, Wee Bread. I can't believe I'm saying it in year 2025, but after watching him, now following obviously his time at Aberdeen, people weren't thinking, but you know, Derek McInnes is a very good manager. You know, just even after Aberdeen, where he went off to Kilmarnock, did a really good job at Kilmarnock. Like, it kind of flies under the radar. They were kind of relegated, he got them back up. But it was his impact when he was back in the top division again, where you just saw Kilmarnock just punching way above their weight. Now he's gone to Hearts. Now just look what Hearts are doing. And then if you look back at what he did at Aberdeen, you know, I know we were on the floor, but he finished second multiple times. I know we weren't in the division some of the times, but he did finish second the year before Gerrard came in. So I think he is. I like Derek. I do like Derek McInnes. And if he said to me back in 2018 when we were trying to appoint him, I would have said, nah, fuck that. But I like Derek McInnes. But at the same time, he's not going to be coming to the club, I don't think. If we offered him, he would come. That's as simple as that. If we offered him, he would come. But I don't think he's in the sort of running for it right now. Gavaldo says Gerrard will also demand to know what exact money he'll have for the next transfer window. No chance he'll not let Stewart and Thelwell run the show. Well, we don't want them to, Muppets to. Declan says, why would McInnes drop down to Rangers? Because of the bigger picture. Although I would agree with you. Look, I'm not going to talk down my own football club at all, but he actually has a great opportunity. And if he could win, if he won a league title with Hearts, I know it's saying a big if, right? But if there's a time to win a league title with someone outside of the old firm, it's this season. Because Celtic are ranked rotten, and Rangers are ranked rotten. And yes, we're going to change our manager, but we're still quite far away of actually trying to compete for a title. That would be unprecedented. If he won a title with Hearts, if he backed himself to win a title with Hearts, he kind of has a pick of any job he wants pretty much after that. So, yeah, he could do something completely unprecedented in Scottish football. And the last person to sort of oust the old firm, look where his career led to. So, yeah, it could be that. But I do think if McInnes was actually offered the job, he would take it. I mean, why? Financially, straight off the back. He's a Rangers supporter. Financially, we could probably quadruple his wages. So, yeah, I wouldn't say anything against that. Darren McInnes has proven in the Scottish League and has turned all his teams around to be a great fit. I think so, wee Brad. I think so. But sometimes because it's not the sort of sexy name, people will not really in for it. But I agree with you with Derek. I like Derek. I have a lot of time for Derek, actually. And sometimes people don't like the sort of, we should go for a Scottish team manager or whatnot. I think it would work well, but I don't think it's going to happen with Derek, to be fair. I think it's going to be Stephen, but I do like McInnes, actually. Maybe he's a longer-term play, you know. Get Stephen to come in and clean up the mess for a good few years, and then I'd probably look at maybe Derek, see what he's doing at Hearts over the next couple of seasons as well. If we can get ourselves back as the Premier team in Scotland under Gerrard again, which we've done before under him, then I wouldn't be against getting Derek McInnes in if he proves himself even more at Hearts. Sort of for the sort of long-standing manager, if you like. Because if Derek come to Rangers, that would be it. He'd probably stay for the rest of the time. He's the sort of guy that wouldn't leave, if you get what I mean. I hate this. I hate this argument. McInnes has 1 trophy as a manager. He's at fucking Kilmarnock. You expect him to win a trophy at Kilmarnock, for God's sake? He's only been in the door at Hearts for 5 minutes. He ain't gonna win a trophy there. Yes, he won a trophy in his first job at Aberdeen. Aberdeen, yes, they won the Scottish Cup last summer, sorry, but before then, when were they expected to be winning titles and trophies? You know what I mean? I think winning 1 trophy is pretty good, especially in your first job as well at Aberdeen. It's not too bad. But guys, that's it for this live stream. We'll be keeping you up to date with anything else that comes our way with regard to this managerial hunt. But do let me know your thoughts on the whole sort of not slowing down with Gerrard, but the update with regard to Danny Rowe as such, down there in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.